Okay, let's pray. Our most precious kind, loving Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you, Lord, for the day that you have given to us. Thank you for the protection. Thank you for the good teacher you have given to us. Thank you for the one, Lord. Thank you for our parents. And in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Jade. So how are you this morning? Have you taken your snacks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Sir.
very good. Okay, last meeting we have discussed about measurement, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Murag na. Parang silent ata ngayon. Okay, last meeting we have discussed about measurement. My question is, Ashley, are you there? Can you hear me? Ashley?
Chair?
Madunggan ka ni mo, Ashley?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last meeting we have discussed about measurement, right? My question is, how do we measure time? Ashley?
Wait lang, chair.
Okay.
The standard unit of the measurement of time is second. Other than unit, minutes, and hour are also used to measure the time.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashley. Okay. May I call in Aryan?
Yes, chair.
How about temperature, Aryan? How do we measure temperature?
Oh, it's not sure.
Yes, Aryan?
Chair, wait lang, gid kay chair. Kay
Okay,
naglag
okay.
ang cellphone.
Okay, Aryan. Take time. Do you have your book? So katong wala pa na ulit yung book.
No.
Yes, chair.
O
Wala
katong
sa
sa naay book, you can open your book on page kuan for our new lesson and then on page 44 for our new lesson. But before that, Ashley, sa Ashley ba to? Aryan. Who can help Aryan? Yes,
Chair
Shaimi.
na naman. Chair na naman.
Yes, Aryan. Saman jud.
So one of the most common devices for measuring temperature is glass thermometer. This consists of a glass tube filled with mercury or some other liquid, which is acts as working fluid. Temperature increases cause the fluid to expand, so the temperature can be determined by measuring the volume of the fluid.
Okay, thank you so much, Aryan. We can also measure temperature using our true degrees centigrade and degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, how about Kent? Hello, Kent. Good morning. Yes, Kent.
Chair, kanang log, sir. Di na ko understand ang question.
Okay, Shaimi. May I call in Shaimi? Shaimi, how is important? How is correct techniques in measuring important?
Sir, what was the question, Chair?
Why is it that correct techniques in measuring is important?
Isa lang, Chair.
Okay.
Chair, because it helps with the thing that we're able to do. Wait. It helps us get the correct or exact measurement for like baking and stuff.
Okay, thank you so much, Shaimi. Very good. My last question is Ashley. Ay, Ashley. Okay, Brazil. Brazil. How to read your name? Brazil. Brazil, are you there? If you can't hear me, you can send me a thumbs up emoticon. Wala si Brazil. So remember, class, that the time that I call your name, it is included in your class participation. Okay, Angel. Hello, Angel. Good morning. Angel. Hindi na ako madungog si Angel. Maybe I have problem with the connection. Okay, honey. Angel, I can't hear you. Okay, honey. What happened, honey? What's with the face? Honey?
Yes.
Okay, you have a... Marag wala kayo signal, no? Okay, Angel again.
Chair?
Okay, Angel. Ah, sama ni si Honey? Honey, if we are going to convert grams into pound, example, we have 454 grams. Pila yung equivalent kung ato siyang i-convert into pound?
Wait, Chair. Mag-solve ako.
Yes.
Pila ka grams, Chair?
Ang 454 grams, if we are going to convert it into pound, pila siya?
1.
Okay, very good, honey. Okay, that's all for the that's just a short review from our lesson last meeting. So now we will proceed to our new lesson. So let me share my slides to you on your screen. So can you see my presentation?
Yes, Chair.
Yes, wait. Ay, ano ba to? Okay, for our new lesson. So we have occupational health and safety in the kitchen. Okay, this will be our objectives. At the end of this lesson, you're expected to first identify the hazards and risks in the workplace and how they can be controlled. Number 2, site safety practices in the kitchen. Number 3, enumerate safety regulation of the government. And number 4, you are going to explain about disaster preparedness and management, its cycle and contingency measures and procedures. So this will be our objectives. Okay. Kent. Hello, Kent.
Yes, Chair.
Kent, can you cite some safety practices in your kitchen? Or give me an example of safety practices that you are doing in your kitchen. Sa mga safety practices nga yung ginabuhat sa kitchen.
Ano, Chair, kanang putting knife in the safe place.
Okay. Aside from that,
Sanitation dayon, Chair.
okay.
Or hygiene.
Okay, thank you so much, Kent. How about Zidnil?
What was the question again, Chair?
Can you cite some example of safety practices that you have done in your kitchen? Sa mga safety practices nga imong ginabuhat sa inyong kitchen?
I always use the cutting board.
Okay. Aside from that, in terms of food,
To keep the knives clean.
okay, thank you, Zidnil. Okay, for this morning, so we'll proceed to, okay, we have the picture gallery. Yes, Charmy. Charmy, can you see the picture in the screen?
Yes, Chair.
Can you share your insights? Para asa ni siya?
Doctors and nurses nowadays use it to prevent getting the virus.
Okay, what do you call this one?
Protection?
Yes, a personal or PPE. Personal protective, do you call that one? The PPE gani?
Equipment, Chair?
Yeah, personal protective equipment. Okay, thank you, Charmy. How about okay. Shyme. This one, Shyme. This one. Okay. Can you give your insights? What's your understanding about the picture?
It shows us how to separate our trash.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jaime. And the last one, okay. Zidnil. Zidnil, duha mo ka buok?
Isa naman,
Ay,
Chair.
okay. Zidnil, based a picture, what have you understood?
Stress.
Yes, can you relate it into your personal life now?
Yeah.
Why? Have you experienced this
Personal
one?
problems, Sir Kai.
Okay, personal problem. Okay, so let's proceed to identifying hazards and risks in the workplace. So we have physical hazards. So these are example of physical hazard. These are hazards brought about by unhealthy working conditions, poor lighting, poor ventilation, insufficient facilities, inefficient or faulty equipment or machine, and improper work practices such as wrong use of knives, di ba, sa kitchen. So these are example of physical hazards, nadigyas, nahulog, and other things. Then we have also the biological hazards. That's why we use PPE, or our nurses, our doctors, our frontliners, they are wearing their PPE to be protected by the virus, no? Especially now during pandemic. So these biological hazards, these are brought about by workers infected with disease or illness or unhygienic personal practices that can transmit bacteria, parasites, and fungi to other workers and to the food and equipment being handled. So These are biological hazards. Makuha ni nato siya sa mga naay, ang mga tao nga naay example sa COVID, no? That's why we are very careful. We should practice unsa na to ang pag-clean, sa kanang atong personal, mag-hygiene, no? Para dili ta makuan sa virus. Then next is ergonomic hazards. So when we say ergonomic hazards, so these are hazards brought about by poor posture. So sa inyong kahimtang karon sa inyong house, sa inyong houses, did you experience ergonomic hazards during your classes or during your
Yes, sir.
household activities? No, sometimes we could feel the stress because there's stress when it comes to our kanang learning modality, no? We're stressed with our modules, with our activities. So those are examples of ergonomic hazards. Then we have also psychological hazards. So these are hands brought about by too much stress from work, which may cause mental and emotional stress. So ang gina-target, the target of the psychological hazard is your mental and emotional strength. So when you're stressed, when you are next sa stress, anxieties, sunod ma-depress na dayon, then after that, mawala ka sa focus. No? Just like this, murag na bankrupt guro ni siya. Naka-experience siya bankrupt si company. And this one, sama ni siya, ma-teacher ba ni or physics teacher. No? Na-stress gyapon siya. And this one, you can relate to the third picture, no? As a student, you can experience stress, especially sa inyong learning modality. Now nga lisod jud siya. Labi na you are going to kailangan ninyo mag-online, you have to attain all the activities given by your teacher para ma-achieve ninyo inyong goal nga mahuman mo ani nga year. So stressful kayo siya karon nga year, no? So these are example of psychological hazards. So your mental and emotional strengths are being affected. Okay, we have also chemical hazards. So these are hazards brought about by the use of chemicals such as disinfectants for cleaning equipment and floorings, fumes, and smokes from cooking. So these are examples of chemical hazards. Chlorine, do you call that one, the acid one sa CR? Muriatic acid, sa mga pintal, no? Those are examples of chemical hazards that are not good to our health. Okay, those are the 5 types of hazards. So next is we have how to control hazard and risk in the workplace. First, by eliminating it. So if you feel nga ang inyong gas range murag nanay leakage or sa inyong oven bani gas range na siya leakage, so better nga dili lang sa ninyo siya gamiton, no? Or i-change ninyo siya. Check ninyo siya sa professional. Then, kung napoy mga wire nga faulty wires, so you can also inyo na siyang i-remove ang mga faulty wires to reduce risk, no? Especially sa inyong balay, it can cause fire. So you have to remove the faulty wires. The next, you are going to by substituting with a less hazardous one. So example, when you are using sa inyong CR, no? Usually may sa CR, we use mga isog na mga chemicals, just like muriatic acid. So, instead of using kanang isog nga or hazardous nga mga chemicals, why not use a milder one? Milder lang siya, no? Kanang dili kaingon nga harmful sa health. Okay, number 3 is by engineering control. So this engineering control, if example, in the company or in your house, if there are things na obsolete na ang yang value or na-depreciate na ang yang value, daan na siya. Then most of the time, kanang example sa printer, no? If you have printer at home, so example, inyong printer is naguba na siya. Ang roller niya kay mo-roll na og pila ka kapundan tapos magkalas-kalas siya, no? So the best thing that you can do is you are going to substitute it with a new one. Inyo na siyang pulian para ma-less ang cost. Kaya if ang imuhang printer is guba siya, then you are going to, or you are keep on pushing or using your printer, so maka-cost siya og waste, no? Daghan kayo waste sa, especially sa coupon ban. So it is better to replace it with a new one so that we can be able to minimize waste. Okay. Number 4 is by administrative control. Have you observed the kana bitaw mga security guard working in a night shift or call center agent sa mga this belongs to administrative control, no? So if you have a sister or kailang who works in a call center or works as a security guard who render their job during night, so it is important nga in the management they are going to impose kana bitong not all the time nga mag night shift sila kay it is not good for the health, no? So it must be alternate. So if mag shift karon nga week panggabi, so pwede ang management baka find siya og way nga ang empleyado pwede na pud siya ibutang didto sa morning para dili kayo risky sa iyahang part, no? Because it is not good to our health, especially mabilar man good, no? So ang ato ang immune system pwede siya malo or manghina. So that things belong to administrative control. Okay, number 5, wearing personal protective equipment. Just like kanina, we doctors, nurses, and frontliners, they are wearing their personal protective equipment so that dili sila ma-infect sa virus, especially now sa pandemic times, no? It is so dangerous nowadays. Okay, those are the ways on how to control hazards and risk. Mute your mic, who's that? Okay. Next, safety practices in the kitchen. So these are the safety practices in the kitchen. First, to keep oneself clean. So during sa kitchen, especially if you are going to touch the food or touch the vegetables, the fruits, it is important that you have to wash your hands first. After that, inyo gyud siyang hugasan og tarong, just like how we are going to wash during this pandemic, no? We kailangan i-rub siya og tarong. Then after that, our fingernails should be clean, no? Kung nata sa kitchen, kailangan hinlo gid atong kuko. What if naa ka sa usa ka big event, then ikaw ang chef, nya lain sad kayo, no? So kanang murag unpleasant kayo makakita og chef nga huga og kuko. So it is important nga you have to clean your fingernails. Always wear your PPE while at work. So for those people who is working on the kitchen, so we can use atong gown. What is the gown of kuan gani? Sa kung nata sa kitchen, we can use apron as our cooking gown. And also we can wear mask, especially when one has colds. So especially in the kitchen, kung duha mo sa kitchen then the other one has colds, so it is better to wear mask. Then kung mag-cook, atong i-remove ang mga jewelries kay base atong mga singsing nasagol na sa food nga atong gi-cook. Number 2, to keep tools and equipment clean. How are we going to keep tools and equipment clean? Shaimay? Shaimay? Shaimay, are you there?
Sure.
Okay, how do
You already
we...
answered her.
Ay, sorry. Maybe my connection is really weak. Okay, Shaimay again. How do we keep our tools and equipment clean, especially in the kitchen? Especially kung mga pamaagi.
We clean them thoroughly and we sanitize every one of the paraphernalia.
So after that, after cleaning, after washing our dishes, what's the next step to do? Or the utensils?
Separate them in cabinets according to their uses.
Okay, and also we need to clean the storage area before putting the tools and equipment. Thank you, Shaimay. Okay, so these are the example of keeping our tools and equipment clean. So next is to keep the food clean. So of course, ang food man good is kuan kay siya, no? So kailangan clean jud siya kay ato siyang ginakaon. So it is important that we handle food. If we have wounds, cuts, and infections, so kailangan dili nato i-touch ang food, no? Then it is best to work with clean and sanitized gloves. So we will use katog yung clean nga gloves. Okay? Then we are going to refrigerate food, especially perishable ones. Katong mga dali ra madaot, we are going to put it in the refrigerator. Then from purchasing the fruits and vegetables from the market, after pag mag-abot ta sa atong balay in the kitchen, we are going to clean or wash the fruits and vegetables before using or before taking it. Okay, then clean the containers of ingredients regularly. Okay, we have to sanitize, we have to clean containers of ingredients. Then next, we have to label packages of food to determine their date of storage, expiration, and other information. So, isa po nino to keep food clean. We have to consider the expiration date. So, we have to check the label packages kung kano siya ma-expire. So, para ato siya ma-consume before siya yung expiration date. Next is number 4, to keep the workplace clean. So, okay, Aryan, how do you keep your workplace clean, especially in your house, in your home?
Yes.
How will you make your workplace or how will you make your home clean? Aryan, I think I have problems with my connection. I cannot hear you.
Things daan para
Aryan?
mahinlo ang akong
Aryan, I cannot hear you. Hinay imong tingog.
yun ako.
Okay? How about Charmy?
Yeah.
So how do you keep your workplace or your room clean?
Organized.
Okay. Aside from that,
Yes, sure.
yes. So I think there is really a problem with my connection, so I'm sorry for that. Okay, to keep the workplace clean, so we have to practice personal hygiene. So organize, just like what Charmy said a while ago, we have to organize things. Ang ato ang mga sudlay, makeup kit, our clothes should be placed in the proper workplace. Okay? Then do not eat, smoke, or spit in the workplace or in your room. Do not eat, smoke, or spit because we have a proper place para sa pagkaon. Okay? So do not spit in the workplace. Kana bitong magluwa ka sa imuhang room or sa workplace baka. And do not sit on equipment and work tables. No, just like us when we are in our face-to-face classes, sometimes we sit on the armchair. No. Then next is keep the surrounding areas free from dirt, litters, and disorderly or scattered furniture, tools, and equipment. Okay, so we should segregate waste properly. Hinluan nato ang place. Then we have to follow the Japanese philosophy of good housekeeping. So there are 5 S: to sort, to set in order, sweep, standardize, and sustain. So those are 5 S of Japanese philosophy. Okay, remember that. Then next is, okay, these are the safety regulations that has been implemented by the government. Diba? As we have observed, our world, in our surroundings, no, grabe na jud ka polluted ang air ug ang water. So what are we going to do in such problem? Okay, we have the Clean Air Act of 1999, so also known as Republic Act number 8749. So this law sets a comprehensive air quality management policy and program which aims to provide and maintain healthy air for all citizens of the country And air pollution is now a serious environmental problem that poses hazards to people's health. So it is really a serious matter. Kaning air pollution, no? Makasimhot lang ta from factories, kanang mga sungaw sa asa na siya nga dapit, nga isog kaayo. So it is not good for our health. Especially kana bitong, have you hear the news nga ang katong mga old jeepneys kuan na siya giwala na siya, no? Kung mahimo dakpon tong mga jeepney nga nagdugay na kay tungod kay ang ilahang kuan ang paggawa sa air sa ilang jeep is dili na siya healthy kay kuan naman siya hugaw. Have you observed ka ng mga sakyanan nga mga old na, no, nga na sometimes baho na siya, baho ang sungaw sa iyahang hangin. So gi-eliminate na siya sa ato ang government, no? I think gi-news na siya last year, I think, nga giwala na tong mga jeepney nga old. So ang gipuli kato ng mga new one, katong dili pa kaingon nga dugay sa industry or sa community. Okay. Next is we have waste management. So this is also one factor that affects human. Kanig yung waste management problem jud gyapon kani siya na because this is a program of government designed to make people aware on how to manage their household waste by implementing waste management practices. Have you practiced this one in your home, in your house? You are kanang proper waste management. Have you practiced this at home?
Yes.
In addition, datong sa air, no, have you observed now, we are going to separate our waste or itong mga hugaw kay dili na nato siya pwede sunugon. Diba? Gibawal na dyan po ng pagsunog sa basura. But I don't know, I think there are still people nga gasunog yapon og basura. But in connection to that, sa number 2 is waste management. So that we can, para dili na ta makasunog-sunog, we are going to segregate our waste properly. So we have the solid waste in this area, and we have also the liquid waste from factories, no, or from barko nga nag-agi sa dagat, no. Look how dirty is our environment nowadays, yung basura. So it is not good for our health. Okay, waste materials can be biodegradable and non-biodegradable, malata and dili malata. So if what is the advantages of this biodegradable is we can use it as a fertilizer, no? Pwede na to siya i-kuan sa yuta, ilubong sa yuta. Then after kuan, pwede na nato siya i-fertilize ato ang crops, no? Then sa non-biodegradable katong mga dili mga lata, we can use it or we can recycle it, no? Just like the plastic bottle, pwede na to siya butangan or himuong flower base. Okay? Then next, we have the hazardous and non-hazardous. So this is the hazardous these are chemicals that are hazardous to our health. And these are also non-hazardous waste like papers, kana mga kuan lang, no? So these are the classification of waste. And okay, next is the process flow of waste management. So these are the proper way. So i-segregate ang plastic, ilahi ang glass, ilahi ang metals, organic, e-waste, or kanang mga electronic waste, and paper. Okay?